My name's John Wright, and I'm right down here. Now, one nation, one team. Check it out, check it out. One nation, one team. This is the United States. You know, the United States is not the divided states. So every American needs to pull it together. And I'll tell you what, I like to play practical jokes on people. I goddamn really do. And I've tagged my family for destruction. They need to tell the truth about what they've done. They've put their little brother on the goddamn run, is what they did. And I found out that my family has been hiding behind me and using me to scare the people up there in Thurston County and Lucin County and stuff in the past by sending me over to talk to people. You know, they'd come to me and there's a problem. Well, I'd go over and say, so what's going on? And all of them be scared to death because they know if they tell me something, they'll end up in the cemetery. And that's not the way I goddamn play games in the United States of America. This is America. And I'll tell you what, another thing. Yesterday I said I had 4 cars there, but it ended up being over 10, easily, city workers. And actually, the cops came down later the night. I go 3 or 4 or 5 different places all the time. I just go and have fun. I'm relaxing. I play golf. I fish. I gold mine. I got my trommel, and I'm going to be looking at some spots. And, if I want to go fishing, I could just jump a boat down here, and start telling these guys some stories. They'll take me out fishing. I mean, they'll just drop me off someplace and I'll just walk down here from up the other end of the thing. I mean, it's kind of nice. I don't mind doing it at all. I mean, it's really fun. And you're an American, you deserve to be an American, you deserve to have fun. If you're born in America, I don't have no personal problem with you. But now when I see, like I said, the cops come down there, and they came down there looking for 3 boys, causing trouble. Well, those boys were there the night before last, and they wasn't causing trouble, they were having fun. And I actually ended up talking to them. Matter of fact, I have a film with the boys at my windows talking. I get out, I jump out and talk to them, and I leave the film running. It's evidence even. I didn't know it was going to end up being evidence. But anyway, the 3 boys were down there. And then last night, one of the boys came down there and in their little silver car. And it wasn't too long. Well, no, the guy went down there, went fishing. I seen him. He didn't say anything to me. He just went down there fishing. He was with himself. He was by himself. And I was busy singing and doing stuff. I mean, I was having an okay time. I mean, nothing's going on down there. Nice, clean. Everything's clean. The bathrooms are clean. The sidewalk and stuff's been done around the bathrooms and stuff, and it looks like it hadn't been done in a while. People are cleaning up things down here. And also, when we see immigrants, and I seen 2 sets of immigrants come down there, loud pipes, revving up their pipes and stuff, and also the girls down there, they went down, they had a party, and they left all sorts of yellow, blue, and red confetti stuff, like party materials and stuff all over the ground. We don't mind people coming down there and having a good time, but if you think you're going to come down there and dump on my goddamn park, or any place that I'm at, and get away with not being told, this is America, and if you're not American, I'll have your ass deported. So you pick up your goddamn garbage where I see you at, and if I catch you guys dumping garbage somewhere, I'm gonna park my motorhome right there, and you're gonna stop. I mean, that's exactly what some people should do. If you see a place where people are hanging out, and there's party and stuff there, maybe they need a garbage can right there to be told, you put your garbage can here. And I'd like to put a little thing on the garbage can that says, if you use this park, you clean this park. You come in here, you see up trash, you're responsible for what you see. You are responsible for what you see in America. When you see trash in America, you better clean it up, because if you let that trash go on, that trash is going to build up and it's going to backfire. And that's exactly what's happened with this little Republican raspberry bunch. And even my family's a part of it. You know what? When you start looking at me as I'm your next meal ticket, you got a goddamn problem. Now I'll tell you this. You feel cranky in the morning, there's a crank right there. It says DV on it. Sequoia. Mark Marina Services. I'll tell you, you can mark this on your Marina Services. I've told the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. My family is guilty for fucking putting me through hell all of my life. Why? The cops up there is involved in it. And also, if you don't think they goddamn know. I told the truth. I told the truth, and I came forward, and they can't goddamn stand it. And you know what? How do you like it? I'm out here, I'm in the public, I'm wearing a pink umbrella, you can't miss me. My name's John T. Wright. I wouldn't mind being the governor of Washington State. Matter of fact, if Mr. Biden needs some help over there in the White House, I'll be happy to assist him. Pro bono, baby, because that's how I work. I don't need money to tell somebody when they're doing wrong. And I have no motives. I don't owe anybody any money in the world. I know one person that has a check of mine that's maybe holding it as a souvenir because I know the guy and the guy knows that I'm not a thief. My family ran me off and I wrote a check to him under my account. Awesome Connections. Well, I'll tell you another thing about Awesome Connections. It used to be a dating service, or it is a dating service, and somebody apparently ripped off my name and used it on that, it appears. Am I wrong? Could somebody have just came up with that thing? Did it cross? Well, you know, it just seems like there's a lot of people that got their fingers in the till around me. But I never. And if I ever took money out of a till and gave it to another person, another worker that worked at the bowling alley, that was my goddamn prerogative. And I'll tell you another thing. If I eat a candy bar in my bowling alley, it's not stealing, but I'll call myself a thief because I'll steal a candy bar. You know, but I'll tell you what, I won't steal nothing from you. I won't steal nothing from you. But I know a lot of people that's collected my stuff and put it in their houses. Like, it's theirs and they're entitled to do so. And when they're entitled to do so, they'll actually put their names and stuff at the top of lists and stuff, like over at Dorothy Tobeck's dignity thing, her death thing. My sister's placed herself right up there on top because she thinks she owes it. Everybody deserves it because her dad was the hijacker. No, you don't deserve a goddamn thing. You deserve to look down. You look to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And anybody like my sister that tells me, but John, they know that you lied in that courtroom. Well, I'll tell you what, when you're a little child and a boy gets murdered right in front of you, point blank in front of you, these people have no goddamn room to talk no more. I think every one of them should be goddamn locked up. Sometimes I want to minimize things to say, you know, but I'll tell you this one right now. These people, my brother and all them that slides down underneath him should be put under a goddamn microscope. And Rick Rife should be sitting right here next to me in the very next commercial, because that man does not deserve to be in prison one more second. That man should be rewarded for all the hardship that he had gone through. Do I feel cranky? Well, there's a crank right there, baby. I'll tell you what. And when I see people down here, and I'll probably tell those law officers that actually last night the guy with the gray car was there in the park and those other boys wasn't there. But you know what somebody did? They called in on a phone and they sent those 3 officers on a false problem last night, I believe. Either that or the law officers wanted to come down and make a presence with me. And either or, they all did a fabulous job yesterday, man. I'll tell you what, I had the city workers over here, I had the city workers over there, I've had the city workers over there. And, you know, there's some little problems here and there, and we can solve them. But, you know, the trick is you gotta work together. It's the United States. We're one team, we're one nation. And look, just because it says red's on top doesn't mean that red's gonna devour the rest of the world. Now look, we're all cool. We can all stand upright. And if you don't have ethics, look what Donald Trump's doing. Look what's happened to Mr. Trump. Look, I could replace Trump. I'm an honest person, and I know value and rights. Joe Biden is a fine president of the United States of America, although I did not vote for him. And typically I am a Republican because why? I believe in law and order. But when law and order has gone astray, disarray, they're little red raspberries. Look, nobody wants to admit they're wrong. Nobody wants to admit that they voted and supported Donald Trump at the end of the day. But what? It's okay to change your mind. I changed my mind. You know, when I decided that I was going to run for the governor of Washington State, I told my friend Ernie Tobeck I'll have to run as a Democrat because the Democrats win here, because the people vote Democratic, and they're up in arms over it. Why? Because I support the Democrat Party now. I can jump ship. I have a mind of my own, and nobody tells me what to do or say. These people wanted to tell me that anybody that comes and sees me gots to come through them. Well, that is wrong, and I told my friend Ernie Tobeck that's wrong. Now, look, Ernie, I'm sitting here in a pink, with a pink umbrella. No one can miss me. No one can miss me. So if somebody wants to come down and do some havoc here, what's going to happen is they're going to find out it's pigs in blankets. It is little red raspberries that just can't do the Constitution of the United States. Says it all. Your valued rights says it all. If anybody comes against a woman and wants a woman's rights, they're going to take your children's rights next. It's total suppression. Mr. Trump, instead of having his cases turned, he would move like a crab right and left instead of being like me and walking right up to you and saying, I want my day in court and I want it today. And that's exactly what young Biden did. Joe's boy, Brew, or young Biden, well, I'll tell you, and Mr. Biden, you know, him and his family yesterday, they sat back and they relaxed and with their family over their poor son that got killed. And Mr. Biden's wife, too. I believe that, well, you know, there's things that's happened in Mr. Biden's life that's molded him into the man that he is with ethics. And things that's happened in my life molded me into things that is ethics. Having a person murdered right in front of me, point blank, by my brother and my family members was all involved. And they were telling me he had Hodgkin's disease. We did him a favor. Or nothing will ever bring these people back, John. You know, so why open your mouth about it? One team, one nation isn't being diverted with my family of criminals. Thank you for your time this morning. And America, you have a great day, because I'm out here every day and I'm working for you. I calm people down. I tell people the truth instead of falsehoods. You know, if you want to believe falsehoods, that's your own problem. But it's not mine, so don't make it my problem, and don't make it the rest of the Americans' problems too, because we outnumber you 80 to 20 on this one. I'll tell you what, 80% of Americans are with me, 20% of Americans are against me, and those 20%, you need to watch out, because your next move may be your last move, because now we're watching you all. Don't ever think that it's nice to pull a gun on a fellow American for just your own little shits and giggles. And Mr. Shits and Giggles, Jerry L. Wright up there in Lewis County, Washington, there is no reason for the law enforcement community not to come out there, pick you up, put you in handcuffs, and take you to prison. Thank you for your time, America. My name's John T. Wright. I have a picture of my dad that looks exactly like the cup, and I'll be posting it today. You have a nice day. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your services. You're all Americans. You're all champions. Now let's stick together.